All right, what is going on, everyone? How are you guys doing? Happy Hump Day, happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Got a replay in here from a very, very good friend of mine, Mr. Data in the Ohio. I'm currently live with him. This game happened on my stream a few nights back, and it's a fantastic game for Mr. Data in the Ohio. Um, so right off the rip here, this gaming session for Data and I has been fairly not ideal. It's not going well for Dad and us. I personally, um, I haven't been playing well this gaming session, and it seems like everything that he and I are doing, despite sometimes having monster games, is going for losses. So right off the rip here, looking at this, Data wants to go help out the Kremlin. Makes sense, right? Try to spread that HP. However, I'd tell him in chat, I was like, going Delta here is not going to work for me. I'm going to have a terrible game there. There's really nothing I can do in OI there. Um, Being that we don't have like a DD or anything in our div and it's just him and I. So we make the bold statement. We say, you know what, screw it. Nothing has really been working this night. Let's go Bravo Alpha and try to make something work there. So we do that. Again, I normally wouldn't recommend doing this. It's just been one of those nights for Dad and I where seemingly everything goes wrong. So we try to make something different happen here and play the game a little bit differently. Again, so that's going to leave our Delta side pretty weak with only a clever Prince Van Orange and a Jinon and a Kremlin over there at Delta, while the vast majority of our fleet is going to be down here at Bravo. So that's the thing, and already right off the rip, we've got two ships ramming each other, so that's kind of not instilling a bunch of confidence in Dad and I. So at the end of the day, maybe it makes sense that he and I stay, down here because maybe everyone's not super confident down here. Looks like they're taking Charlie already. Our Clever is super, super aggressive in Delta and is going to get away with it. That Clever is going to play a great game despite, only being over there in a Clever. If you look at the lineup here, they're against a Grozovoy and a 4501. Obviously, the Grozovoy is in Charlie. And we've got Torps over here, so the 4501 is going to be over here mirroring our 4501 as well. So our Brennan is already opening up there. There's a Loria there. And a Kurfürst pushing pretty aggressively here because secondaries go Burr, must push in Kurfürst. Data looks over on the Kurfürst scene if he can get some shots there. However, quickly notices this Loria just goes straight broadside. Data gets some blind shots off here into the Loria, and they're going to absolutely slap the Loria there for about 31k worth of damage. Beautiful shots there from Data, making that Loria turn out instead of push down. And then this Kurfürst again is doing the secondaries go Burr thing. Must push Kurfürst, throw my boat away because must have secondaries go Burr. So we need to just get that out because he's essentially just throwing his boat away. Again, Kurfürst life here, where we just want to make our secondaries go off, but however still do whatever damage. Not ideal gameplay. But it's still HP on the board that needs to be taken off, and still something, that could cause damage. But again, this is essentially free damage between Data and myself here, farming this man out. Venenzia was spotted over there for a moment. We know that the sub's there, the Aki's there. Data is now in secondary range of the Kurfürst, and the Aki has his planes up. Looks like he's going for the Brennan. Maybe not the most wise decision there, dropping those between a Ohio and a Brennan, but he does. So yeah, gets some damage there over into the Brennan. Data's putting some depth charges there where the sub might be because ping indicators in 4501, who knows where the hell he is. This Hawaii is not paying attention to the map at all because completely broadside to data. Hawaii's
Oh
got good
my
armor, but
God!
not against 457s at that range. So that's basically a dead Hawaii now. The Brennan picks up the kill there on the Hawaii. Data is going to be looking around here and trying to pay attention as to where these Peds might come in from. The Smolensk is going to be right there. Data is going to get some shots off into the Smolensk here before the Smolensk can do his smoke thing and start farming. Absolutely smashes the Smolensk. Absolutely smashing Team Humenberg, and ay caramba. But now the Smolensk is going to be able to shoot at Data some more. This Aki decides to push up, and again, just more delicious gifts here for Data. Not even looking at Data, he's looking at the Schlieflin, and Data then just puts him to bed because, uh, again, showing no respect here for the Hawaii, or not the Hawaii, the Ohio. The Hawaii didn't show any respect for Data, and Data gets some depth charges here on the submarine. The Venenzia is pushed up there as well. The Smolensk is going to continue to pepper Data, so Data is going to push up and forward, trying to put that island between himself and the Smolensk, the constant barrage that is the Smolensk right now, towards and on Data. There's the Loria that has popped up again. That Loria is going to be and prove to be a pain in the booty for the vast majority of this game. Does a good job of staying alive. Data picks up the sub kill, and yeah, I believe Data will now work over and turn into Alpha here. Our Austin is also in Alpha there with the submarine. Data's gonna shoot the Smolensk blind. He is, you know, a threat to Data. Data gets one overpen there. And there's the Loria again, who is going to be shooting at Data. Does a little bit of damage to Data there. And smart play here by Data, trying to put, cover between him and the Smolensk that is farming him. And Mr. Sterling Archer is over here in the Venenzia. I'm not sure if that's like the same Sterling Archer from APOC back in the day. Maybe it is. But if it is, then, I at least recognize the name. Should be a solid player. And proves to be, again, a thorn in everyone's side here later on. Love the Venenzia gray boat. Yeah, so Data's picking up the cap. He's currently dark here. The sub's doing some work. The Austin went down there. However, Data should be able to pick up the cap here with the sub. And yeah, game's looking interesting. However, it's gonna be back and forth here for a while. Data gets some more shots here into the Smolensk, with some blind lead there. Loria is looking like he's gonna go down, but gets away. This Loria is a perpetual pain in the booty here. And this Hawaii is, again, a little bit too broadside. Data's looking at the Loria, or it's looking like he's gonna go down, but there is a Hawaii that is, again, just straight broadside to Data. Have to take those shots. The submarine is ramming Data because apparently he missed the giant Ohio there. I'm not sure. Data gets a very, very nice 9K salvo into the Y, so that's pretty darn sweet. Picks up a fire here again. The Smolensk is continuing to pepper Data, unfortunately. And there's that Hawaii, that pesky Hawaii again. Data's trying to go dark here so we can work over and get a heal maybe. Taking some chunk damage there from the Venenzia. He's currently dark. That Hawaii is getting peppered, and now pushing a little bit closer to the Smolensk here. I'm taking up the helm here because our destroyer is dead and our sub is back. So if you look at my positioning on the map, I'm essentially the one that was spotting the Hawaii, the Ohio, and the Loria here. Being that everything else is either cut off the map over down on the 10-7 line, or transversely just still in cover, which is fine. Somebody's got to do that work there. But that's going to leave me in a bit of a pickle. I'm trying to work over that Loria just because he is so low HP. And 457s with SAP, you know, those do hurt and can change the outcome of a game. This Smolensk must have forgotten about Data because Data stayed dark there that whole time. The Data charges him down, now in secondary range, and gets the main guns on the Smolensk, killing the Smolensk. Now kind of turning his attention to the Venenzia there. Data has a fire on him, and of course the SAP from the Venenzia is no laughing matter. They definitely put in some work there. So looking around, Data, great map awareness, kind of to try to stay, you know, at least aware of everything else that's going on here with the position. So with the Venenzia cutting out, Data's realizing that's kind of not his biggest threat. I go down to the Ohio there. Data's gonna get some shots in over this island on the Hawaii, and our Thor is pushing the Hawaii as well with the sub there too. Transversely, the PVO and the Kremlin are back. The Kremlin did a good job of cutting out and staying alive for as long as they did. As we mentioned before, you know, we kind of left that flank alone, Data and myself, which left them with a bit of a HP disparity. Data's going to get some shots off into the Ohio that is broadside to him. The Venenzia is still shooting at Data. And this is a fantastic salvo by Mr. Data here on the Ohio, picking up the Citadel. So dealing between that first salvo from his rear guns and the main guns, you know, a lot of damage there to the Ohio, who was very, very healthy before this, not so healthy now. Venenzia is still doing some damage. The Hawaii is still staying alive, peppering and taking out the Ohio, or the Thor with their Ohio, making this a unique game. Why so much so? It looks like it's at hand, right? No. This submarine, unfortunately, is just going to sail up here and then go AFK. I think, I don't know, maybe the sub thought that the game was at hand and hit escape and went back to port. However, the game was not at hand. There with our Brennan getting taken out by the defense. The Thor Pete's pick up the kill on the Ohio. Excuse me. So, yeah, it's still kind of a game, being that now we have a sub that's essentially AFK and Data at half HP, and this PVO that's going to get absolutely smashed here by the defense. The defense guns are outstanding. Defense guns are nothing to, you know, take lightly there. So Data is going to come around the corner here and smash this defense, picks up his Confederate, activating Halsey there. So we've now got a very, very quickly shooting Ohio. The Hawaii is opening up on Data. However, Data's got to shoot what's in front of him. That makes the most sense. Try to get this defense out. Because again, that sub is actually just basically AFK now. Another fine product from the sub clan. Anywho, that's a whole story for another day. The PVO gets some bombs dropped here on the defense, and Data is going to finish off the defense there. However, that's leaving our PVO very, very low, and we're looking Data's pretty low on the HP. Venenzia misses Data. However, the Hawaii is still peppering him. This is putting Data in a bit of a pickle here. If this Venenzia is to roll high on Data right now, Data could be a one-shot for the Venenzia. Venenzia's SAP could kill him right here. However, it only half healths him, so gets away with that. And the PVO turns into the Venenzia, and the game is very, very close. Again, I hate that the replays do this. Wargaming fixed this shit. We are at 927, they're at 411. However, this PVO is going to go down, and Data is at 7k HP. He is 100% a one-shot for this Venenzia. So, interesting situation here. Again, being that the sub is AFK, and the Hawaii does know this, and we were talking about this while we were playing, and Data's on now 4k HP. We're at 913. So basically the gameplay here for Data is to just stay behind the island and pick up the win. Um, and that's gonna be a bit of uh, a harrowing situation. I think that Hawaii also realized that our sub was AFK because I was looking at this and watching the replay. The Hawaii goes for the sub, and I think he actually radars him and almost kills the sub. So if you look, the Hawaii is now turning up towards the sub. Um, so yeah, that sub would die, and that would be the game if Data gets killed here. Um, so we know that the Venezia is, charging Data down. Where do you go? Gotta stay behind here. Game's close. It's one of those things. There's the spotter plane. There's the Venezia. 985. Does the Venezia get around on Data? Data is 100% on one shot for the Venezia, and he is angled. So it would be. I don't know that Data would be able to dev strike the Venezia. It's still backing up 993, 997, and we get the win there. Just barely. And you can see why he's depth charging the 4501. He knows where he was at. That was going to be a kill on the sub. Data backed up just in time to get the win there. Hell of a game. That is a E badge in the Ohio. Um, Fantastic game and just very, very um, nail biting game down to the end there from Mr. Data. So that's his E. We also got our generally offensive award there from our div, picking up the Confederate as well. Also fireproof, just receiving a bunch of damage there from that Smolensk and picking up his Dreadnought. That's 227k with 4 kills here from Mr. Data. As well as 6 Citadels, caused some flood, got some direct hits on that 4501, 66 target hits. So Data is showing some wonderful marksmanship, especially a lot of his. I can think of at least like 3 salvos that Data had where something was spotted and then it wasn't, but Data still took the shots and did some work there. That nets Data 2.5k base experience in just a huge game that would have been a loss because, again, our sub went AFK there and the Hawaii was about to kill him, which would have extended the game. Just they ran out of time. Again, Sterling on the other team played well in the Venezia there. Had some really, really good play there. The defense played a great game. This Loria played a great game considering that Data basically had him at quarter HP. So for the Loria to still go on and have a great game shows that they had some really, knowledgeable players there that kept their boats alive. Hawaii had a great game. The Smolensk was a huge thorn in the side. Their team overall played very, very well. It's just they ran out of time. I think I didn't have that great of a game. That's only 1.3k for me. But this map was a bit unique in that, it looked like we had it wrapped up and then it looked like we didn't have it wrapped up. And did some things here that, normally we wouldn't have, but the night was just a rough night and Data showing why he's a fantastic player. Um, if you haven't checked out Data's YouTube channel, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description for that. He just put out a Mecklenburg video. And I think he was going to do a video on this as well. But he's got some other fun stuff on there too. I'll leave a link for you guys. But yeah, just a fantastic game showing some E-Badge gameplay in the Ohio. A great boat, fantastic boat, and doesn't get utilized as often as it should, but still a fantastic boat, the old Ohio. And Data showing why sometimes you just gotta keep calm and carry. So yeah, that's the replay for the day. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll try to be on streaming here a little bit later, and I'll catch you all later. See you guys.